Hello, good morning if it's morning that you're watching this, or good afternoon, evening, good night. It's bright and sunny at the moment, but we woke up to dull, grey, horrible weather. I have my thoughts to do. Which one to do first? Okay, this is from Nathan. And Nathan asks for my thoughts on consumerism and the lack of education about money. So consumerism and the lack of education about money. So I'm just going to roll a fag, have a slurpee, do all the usual. So yeah, my thoughts on consumerism and the lack of education on money, or about money. Consumerism is a funny thing, you know, because I've heard that all my life. People on about consumerism, what is consumerism? Consumerism is people that keep buying and buying and buying when they don't need stuff. That's what consumerism is. However, does it exist? Is it fact? Is it true? Because you know, I now live in bricks, as we're all aware. So I bought a washing machine or a bed, an artist lamp, some more crystals, a calendar on the wall. So I've bought stuff. I'm a consumerist. I have bought things, but once you've bought them, you've bought them. People say about consumerism, people keep buying a load of crap they don't need. What would you do with it? Where would you store it? I can't go and buy another washing machine or another bed. What is the point? I've got nowhere to put it, so it'd be pointless. I wouldn't buy another calendar until the end of the year. My crystals are done, really. I've got enough crystals, more than enough, and I'm quite happy with what I've got, so I'm not going to be buying any more. So what is consumerism? You know, for me, what is consumerism? Consumerism is buying a load of crap you don't need. I have got what other people would assume is crap. Art canvases, 200 paintbrushes, all my crystals, objet d'art and ornaments and rubbish, I tells you, compared to people, but I benefit from them in my own way. So consumerism, not sure it exists really, because the only way for it to exist is for you to buy and then throw it in the bin, then go and buy again and throw it in the bin and go and, you know, who's going to do that? That's absolutely ridiculous. So is there such a thing as consumerism? There is at certain times, yeah, the C word's got to come up, but Christmas, people will just go out, same as always, and they just buy and buy and buy and buy any old tat really, just to fill up a bag or something, or a box or whatever they give away. And that's consumerism, because they're not buying it for themselves, they're just buying stuff, just stuff and more stuff and more stuff and more stuff. And they keep buying this stuff, and you know, they give it all away, and the people that receive it, they've already got this stuff mostly, so they give it away, or perhaps bin it, I don't know. I think a lot of consumerism, particularly like Christmas, I think it's a good thing, because a lot of homeless charities and a lot of shops and a lot of second-hand stores and whatever, you get a lot of brand new stuff, Christmas stuff, given to them, and that's great, and that can benefit people on a very low income or nil income or whatever. So yeah, I think consumerism is a fantastic thing really, and people only buy what they can afford to buy, so let them do it. You know, it's a bit of an interest, a bit of a hobby that some people have got. Women especially often enjoy shopping more so than men. I have to phrase that very carefully then, didn't I, in case I got women attacking me. But yeah, on the whole, women prefer to go shopping than men do, on the whole. course, you're going to say, oh, hang on, I'm a woman, I don't like to go shopping. That's fine. But I'm a man, I don't like to go shopping. I don't know any male friend that I've got who says, yeah, I love to go shopping. They get dragged around the shop by their missus, you know. That's what happens really in a lot of cases, probably all cases. But men don't really like to go shopping. And even food shopping, men just know what they need and they just go and buy what they need, and that's the end of it. So there's no such thing as consumerism, really. I think we're led to believe that. I mean, how would it work? I've just said, you know, you'd have to literally go and buy something, put it in the bin and go back and buy it. So unless you're that type of person, but you're not, then consumerism doesn't exist, does it? Okay, there's examples. Is it Alden Marcus or whatever her bloody name was, who bought, you know, 4,000 pairs of shoes? And that's just because, you know, somebody is so rich, you know, that they don't know what to do with their money. And, you know, they have all these operations on their face to try and make them look young, and they build a gold swimming pool, and, you know, have a fancy bath put in, and then bigger and better. And then she wants another pair of shoes, then another, then another, then another. But again, why not? Because if you've got billions of pounds, then what's 4,000 pairs of shoes? That's no problem, is it? You know, if you've got 4,000 dresses and 4,000 handbags, have 4,000 pairs of shoes. There is no difference than you having 6 dresses and 6 pairs of shoes. There's no difference. The lack of education about money. I mean, we are taught money in school, obviously. We're taught how to do money and all the rest of it. But we're not taught the true value of money, or the difficulties that can come from having not enough money, or rather not managing your money. So I do agree with you there, Nath, definitely. There needs to be some sort of education, proper education around money. But money is to keep us trapped, really. So there shouldn't be any more education as well, because, you know, they want us trapped in this thing. They want us trapped in this place, I suppose, of believing that money is important. You know, money is not important. You can't value money over life, can you? You can't value money over anything, I don't think, really. Money's never, ever been important in my life. I've never had a lot, so I've never been bothered about it, really. It's never really worried me in any way. Nature, trees, the sunset, you know, looking over a lake when it's very still, mirror-like. All those sort of things, you know, I love the dark of night, I love the cold of winter, I love spring, I love dripping snow off of shed roofs and things like that. You know, you don't need money really to watch or to experience or to be with any of that. So I don't think money is very important. You need money in order to live, but to live a better life, because if you've got no money, then you're homeless, so you live on the streets. So to avoid that, you need a certain amount of money. But would money make me any happier or any better or healthier or more interesting or more at peace with myself or more comfortable in any way? Would winning the lottery change any of that? You know, I would give money away. If I won money, I don't play the lottery. Got a bit of backy. There it is. Don't play lottery or anything like that, or the polls or bingo, or I don't do any of that. So I'm not going to win any money, but if I won some money, I would certainly be giving it away. But I would do some good with it as well, really. You know, there's a lot of good that you could do, helping the homeless and stuff like that. You know, to win whatever the lottery is, 50 million quid, I would spend that so wisely. I would do what the governments should be doing. You know, I'd really help those in need. So that would make me feel nice, make me, you know, feel really good inside, but it would also improve so many different people's lives. So that would be a great thing. But yeah, I'm not interested in money anyway, really. I think also with that, with winning 50 million, it would cause trouble and problems and hassle. I don't want that. Don't need it. Life is too short. Life is about fun, really. Yeah, so thanks, Nath. I don't really believe in consumerism. I don't believe it exists. It's just a made-up word as far as I'm concerned. You may know different to me. You may know a bunch of your neighbours that they go out every Saturday and they all buy a washing machine and a bed and a cooker and a pair of shoes and a calendar. You may know that, and they bin all the rest of the stuff. They only have it for 1 week. You might know people like that, but I don't. And I don't believe it exists, really. I believe that people do spend too much at certain times of the year, Christmas, as I've just said. And they can get themselves into trouble, and that's the problem with money, the problem with not understanding money. You know, spend what you've got in your pocket. I think that's fine. You know, limit yourself. I don't think if you're working, you shouldn't limit yourself, you know, to scrimping and scraping and whatever, scrimping and scraping. I think that's an awful thing to get into. I worked years ago, I worked with 2 people and they were just like that. They were earning a reasonable amount of money and they were literally penniless because they would put every last penny of their wages in their bank, in their savings account, and have nothing to live on for the rest of the week. And they would eat just rubbish, little bits of rubbish. One person in particular, she wouldn't put the lights on, never had a light bulb. And it's a form of mental illness, really. It's like, I'll try and save this amount this week. Oh, I did it, so I'll save more next week. Or I'll spend less this week and less next week. This woman that had no light bulbs and what have you, she used to sit and read in her kitchen window because it was the only window with a lamppost outside. And she would sit under this orange glow, no good for the eyes, but she would sit and read a book. Very sad. But she came in one time and she said, I've overspent a bit this bloody week. And I said, oh, what have you done? Anyway, she bought, she wanted a CD by Westlife, and it was free if you bought the newspaper, and the newspaper was 30p or 60p. And she said, oh, bloody overspent. She was quite down on herself, even though she got this 10-track CD. She was quite down on herself because she'd overspent by 30p or 60p. And the other one, a guy used to write everything down. And if he bought a can of Coke or a bottle of water or whatever, he would write that in his little book. He used to carry this little tiny book with him, tiny little pen, tiny book, and wrote everything down. And it's very, very sad, really. But yeah, so I don't believe in consumerism, and I think you teach yourself about money. I don't think it needs to be taught. I was never taught much about money. I was taught what money is, how to add up and take away, and how to purchase certain products or services. What I've got, I spend. What I don't spend. You know, that's as simple as that. Now that I'm working, I'm quite well paid for my work. I do have a takeaway once or sometimes twice a week. I do buy better shopping, better food. You know, I buy a couple of steaks, 3 or 4 steaks a week and things like that. You know, and far better things like, oh, I love parsnips, honey roast parsnips. And, you know, you can get like, I don't know, Aldi or Tesco's cheap ones, and they never cook right in the middle. But if you buy a far, far better brand, then they're cooked all the way through and they're beautiful. And same as the roast potatoes and things like that, you know. So I do buy better food, I've noticed. But I don't fritter money away. I don't need to. Yes, I'm earning, but I don't need to waste any money, you know. But what I've got, I spend, if I want to. I don't question myself ever. And if I haven't got the money, then I don't. You know, I haven't got a wallet full of money on me now. Yeah, if I was to walk past a shop and I wanted something, yeah, I can pay on card if I want to. But I tend to think, how much money have I got? And I class money as money rather than a card. So I have a look. I think, oh yeah, I could buy that. Do I want it? Yeah, why not? And I go and buy it. Or often I think, no, I don't really need it. I don't really want it. I'll give it a miss. So it's never very important really. But then items or things or stuff has never been very important to me either really. I've got certain things that are very, very important to me. You know, certain crystals that I absolutely love. My big amethyst, for instance. I wouldn't give it away. I wouldn't sell it. I love that. It's mine, you know. But even more important than that, I've got a couple of Christmas cards from my mum. And they're far, far more important than the crystals. Far more important than anything else I own. And if I had to, if somebody said, you know, you either give your mum's Christmas card away or you give your crystal collection away, the crystal collection can go tomorrow, as far as I'm concerned, you know, because again, it's not about monetary value. Those cards, they mean the world to me. One day I'm going to drop dead and somebody will find them and sling them in the bin. That's what will happen to them. But for now, you know, I love them. And yeah, they're far more important than anything else, really. So I'm not hung up on money at all. Okay, cheers, Nath. Take care then. And I'll be back soon. Ta-da. Cheers.